Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Calm and Connected Client Attraction with Sally Reid, quantum alignment healer, trainer, and coach. Welcome, Sally.
Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it. It's been a long time coming, and I've been looking forward to it.
Wonderful. We look forward to hearing from you today. I'm Charissa Sims, live event host with Humanity Stream, a 501(c)(3) nonprofit organization whose mission is to make conscious living pervasive worldwide by 2040. I'm coming to you live from Lafayette, Colorado. Where are you connecting from today?
I live in Nashville, Tennessee.
Oh, wonderful.
Good old Nashville.
Wonderful. I also want to welcome those streaming live through the Humanities Team Facebook page. And you also put it on your Facebook page and some groups too. We appreciate that. So, welcome if you're watching here for the first time, our YouTube channel and Stream Plus members that are here in the green room with us. Thanks for being members and being on camera. I also wanted to do a special shout out to the Sign Network with John and Summer Raymer at Sign.network. Because it is a live program, we will have time for your comments and questions. And it's so fun if you submit your question. It's really engaging and it makes the interview special. Try to get your question in within the first 30 to 40 minutes of the program. Post it in the chat wherever you're watching, and you may get your question answered by Sally. I did want to say if you're watching it on Sally's Facebook or the groups, you might get your question answered later. Let me share more about Sally. Sally Reid is a speaker, teacher, and author who helps gifted, sensitive people reconnect with the clarity that's always been there. She has a rare ability to recognize the exact point where a person's internal system stopped responding truthfully and to restore alignment without performance pressure or endless processing. When clarity returns, people stop compensating, decisions stabilize, and what once felt stalled begins to move. That sounds exciting, especially here at the beginning of the year. Help us,
It is
Sally.
amazing.
Welcome.
Thank you. It's an odd thought, but it's actually true. And I was having a think about it the other day, and it's not that I'm teaching people systems or projects or anything. I'm sort of more like a plumber, where I find the clog.
Spiritual plumber, right?
I'm a spiritual plumber, and I'm teaching people how to be their own spiritual plumbers to find out, where everything, because the body and the spirit are amazingly true. It's just life that gums us up. That's all.
I see. Yes. And what does it mean to be a quantum alignment healer?
Well, I do not process energy through my body. I see energy and direct it at the quantum level. So it's not like Reiki, and it's not like even heart math. It's not like that, because in heart math, you're working with your own energy. Basically, I'm looking at your energy and playing with the waves of it.
I see. And so when you're playing with these waves, can you actually shift it? Are you just asking these waves to change, to clear, to remove?
No, I can actually, like, there's the clog, boom, that
Got
kind
it.
of a thing. And this is what's really I mean, spirit teaches me so much all the time. And I've been doing this now for a solid 15 years working with people privately and in groups. But what I just noticed is how to use disruptive wave action on a group. I mean, and that's a physics thing. We've all been to the ocean where we see two waves hit each other and all of a sudden they're gone, right? Like, where did they go? Well, that's what we can use on the clog
Oh.
that created some sort of if then rule in your heart, in your mind, put it in a place where that's an icky place. I don't want to go there. I don't want to think about that. And so you create all these rules around what's painful and what's safe and what isn't safe. And so they create clogs. That's kind of the origin of clogs.
Interesting. And sometimes that can show up as disease. I know when I had cancer, I actually used the waves of the ocean to help heal the cancer cells. It's
They're
interesting that you
amazing.
bring that up. Yeah.
That was very wise of you to do. It really, really works. Yeah,
Well, I can't take all the credit. I got it from another healer, but thank you. At least I applied it. I applied it.
it's true.
How did you get into this field of healing? It seems like you're really applying quantum physics and science to spirituality.
I am, and it's weird. I'm sorry. I mean,
You're funny. I love your demeanor is so
oh, thank you.
straight shooter. Yeah.
I have always been. I'm not really a spiritual woo person. I don't see spirituality as religion. I see spirituality as you in relation to spirit. So my relationship with spirit is different from your relation with spirit and anybody else whose relation. Okay. But there is a universal rule of how things flow. Now, when you get at the quantum level, it kind of goes wonky. But when you stick to Newtonian physics, which is what disruptive wave action is, and other flows, it's interesting how much you can manipulate things. Heart math really delves into it, but it comes from a different point of view, more of a psychology point of view. We all are climbing the same freaking mountain, and how we get there just is, it's different for everybody. And so the people that work with me are the people who are usually very, very sensitive and super noticers, I call them. And they're the people that, like you get so easily like squirrel, squirrel, that it's very difficult to stay focused on a single thing for a long time. You're always taking in so many things. And those of us as protection tended to be super in our minds and disconnected from our bodies. And so my mission has been to reconnect you with the power of your body. And, there's a million ways to get there, but my way is very, very quick. And you don't need breathing techniques or yes, they all work and they all work for a reason. But mine is like, let's go there.
Mm. Now, can you tell me how you do this work? Are you able to do it in groups? Do you do it online? And or is it more powerful to have a one-on-one session with you?
I used to, it's funny you ask. I used to have an office. This was back before COVID,
Okay.
years before I started in seeing people one-on-one live together. And I discovered that if I was too close to them, they would pass out. So
What
yeah,
is that? Your energy too intense.
I have no clue.
Oh,
I wasn't
wow.
curious. Isn't that weird? It was like, I am just going to be in the now. I'm going to just witness and see what's going on and let spirit lead me. But maybe you should work with people by sitting across the room. So I started sitting across the room and they would still pass out. And it became very inconvenient because, oh, I've got the next client waiting outside, but this person has passed out on my couch. And so
It can't
I,
be scary. Right. I've never heard that before. Oh my gosh.
it happened. It really happened. And then I realized that these people have to get in a car and drive. I don't want somebody who's just woken up from being passed out getting in a car and driving. And so that's when I started working online. They'd still be in the vicinity. And long story short, just 15, 20 minutes after, before I joined you, I just got off a call with somebody in Dubai and was doing work. So yes, it works all over. And yes, I have done it in groups in person and on the internet, on Facebook, for heaven's sakes, where all I got was text. So it's all about intent
Mm.
and allowing and letting go. And I'm not saying this to be, oh, great me, but letting go of ego about it and just being the tool. I mean, literally, just
Mm-hmm.
be the tool.
Yeah, and so I think that's an important piece that you're talking about, letting go of an ego that you're just the tool. But what do you think about also detaching from the outcome? So you want to hold an intention for healing, but also not be attached to it. Do you agree with that?
Not only do not be attached, don't be attached to the complaint. Don't think that I am fixing this problem. because the
Oh.
problem is not always the problem. It could be a symptom. Or don't think that this person says this is the problem. Let's look at that problem. I just say, oh, there's the bump in the energy. Let's trace it back where it goes. And just boom, keep following it where it may. Because, the problem might be I'm having an issue at work, but the issue may actually be I had a really bad moment in middle school and I learned this thing right here. So
Mm,
you never know what the root is. And you want to trace it all the way back. And you mentioned cancer earlier. Cancer is not death. Cancer is stuck life. It's exuberant stuck life. And so we find the rule that created the stuck life and follow it back and then unhook it. I don't, guides, give me a good name for it. Untangle it.
untangle it.
Untangle it.
Okay, beautiful. Oh my God. I'm just getting like kind of emotional here, so I'm trying to hold it together. But how you're reframing cancer is so important. Exuberant, stuck life. That just touched my soul. And thank you for sharing that. It's amazing.
It's true. I've helped people with brain tumors, breast
Mm.
tumors, uterine tumors. I have a funny story. I have a client back in the days when I used to see people in person, but I had already learned to work across the room and not touch people physically.
Hmm.
Um, she came to me to find out about a tumor that her doctor had just discovered, and it was really young, and he didn't biopsy. He just said, oh, I don't have time to deal with it right now. Let's schedule an appointment in a few weeks and we'll get it audio, whatever it is, scanned
Uh-huh.
with the ultrasound. We'll ultrasound it and
Okay.
we'll look at it and see what to do next. And so in that meantime, she came to see me, and I walked into it, walked around, checked the energy of it, unhooked the energy that by the time she went back, it had gone.
It was gone. The
Yeah. And
poor
he was
doctor
like, well,
didn't have a
where'd you
job.
put it?
He's like, what am I supposed to do now?
It was because it was so new and easy to unwind, and she
Yeah,
hadn't had a lot of beliefs or thoughts or pressure around it. When you look
I
at the
see.
energy of projection, it's almost more powerful than the energy of what's actually there.
Okay, I don't even know if I'm processing that right now. And so, can you go into that deeper? The
Oh yeah.
energy of projection versus what is actually there. Do you mean like people get afraid of it and then does it start to feed the energy and make it bigger than it was?
Yes, and I'm going to yes and you. So there was a lovely experiment done in the 1930s called the double slit that everybody uses to explain quantum physics, right? Quantum mechanics. But essentially, what it is it showed the energy of human projection. The men decided that the particle had to behave this way, but when they left the room, it was free to behave as it wanted to. Now, let's
Yeah.
extrapolate that out. I know I'm getting real deep in the weeds here, but
Well, I have heard that as the observer effect. Yeah.
oh, that's pure on projection. Let's
Yeah,
think
that's
about the
projection.
statement, he always or she never, when
Oh,
you're having a conversation. And then it's, yes, look, there's what happened. Oh, I've worked with people where we unhooked the projection, and all of a sudden, she always and he never.
yeah, because that's sad for also the other person because it's almost like you're putting a spell on that person that they're always that way because we are powerful with our words, right?
Well, it's the force of our thought forms. It's
Okay.
literally a thought form. There's
Uh-huh.
been a million experiments, like, the ones where the psych students were told that this rat is super intelligent and was bred to be smart, and this one was
Uh-huh.
stupid, but they're the exact same rat. And so they attributed all this stuff, and the rat started having problems. And whereas this rat learned very quickly, they're the exact same rat, but our human projection created this, which is why I'm saying the projection of what we believe is there is more powerful than the thing that it is. And so when you have all these doctors looking at your cancer and telling you, oh, you're going to die, or you have all of your friends coming around and expecting you to be in this, that, and the other, it is a pressure. And
Mhm.
I'm not saying that it's the only pressure, but I'm saying it's a very contributing factor.
Oh, wow. That is so profound. And I haven't heard of that specific study with rats, but I have heard of similar studies of what you're saying about teachers and also mindfulness, that we're a little bit psychic, and that if you're thinking this about someone, they can tell, they can feel that energy, and they react a certain way. They're either angry or they rise up to that. Like a student will do better even though maybe their grades are not as well, but you believe in them and they rise to that belief.
Yes,
Hmm.
that's true. It works with people. It works with animals. I've been a horse trainer for 50 plus years.
Oh, wonderful. My daughter rides horses.
Well, when you're training them, especially when they're first figuring out how to be a horse in relation to a human, which is not the same as training, there's a period of bonding where you have to invite them into your world, or you can dominate yourself into the world. But I usually invite them into my world. It's easier to train. And it's that level of projection that I'm going to trust you first so you can trust me back.
Mm,
And that's where the power of the human vibrational energy. Heart math people talk about that human vibrational energy all the time, but that's exactly what projection is. It's my sending the vibrational energy of this belief to you or to the
mm.
situation.
I see. Oh, that's so beautiful. I can just see you working with these horses and them just having this deep connection and relationship with you, because a lot of humans don't take the time to do that, I'm sure.
It's a new, fairly new that people are finally, excuse me, they're finally using the more feminine version. And I'm saying feminine because the when a male teaches, they usually teach through domination
Hmm.
and leadership, where a female teaches with collaboration and leader. I mean, that's just normally the difference between male and female. I'm not saying one's better than the other. I'm just
Right.
saying that's what happens.
Yeah. And it's also energy, because we all have masculine and feminine energy. So if
Yeah,
you're more in the feminine, you can be in that collaboration. So I understand. So, how can you help people gain clarity in their life? You gave all these incredible examples about tumors and projection, which I'm so loving. I love all of these examples from your clients who got healed. But I would love the more simple, I would say, is it simple how you help people gain clarity?
it is. Um, well, in in the course that we were talking about, the common connected,
Yeah.
it essentially takes you through a step-by-step way where you can effortlessly turn off this and listen to this. And it's not really, how can I say, it's not traditional, because traditional doesn't always work for people, and traditional is work often. I'm just going to say that out loud. I did.
You said it. You can't take it back. It's recorded.
It is a lot of traditional methods. Okay. So in breath work, the way to get to the heart is through the breath. In yoga, the way to get to the heart or spirit is through the body. In meditation, it's through the mind. But I'm going to say that there's another way. It's like opening a door. You just step in. Three, two, one, go. In fact, I'm asking, should I take you? Yeah, I'll just take. You guys want to do that right now? It takes 3 seconds.
Okay, 3 seconds. I think we have
Well, okay,
3 seconds,
5.
because you have to introduce it as like 2 seconds, and then I'll
Yeah.
interrupt you. So that's another second. Okay.
All right. So if you would like to get into the chambers of your pure potential, to the space that Heart math is calling love. First thing I'd like you to do is locate your point of view, the little piece of you that you see as you looking out at the world, and turn it into a little person, just right there in your head. And just like imagine your eyes are windows and you're sitting inside your head and you're looking at yourself. And you're looking outside. Now take this little person and turn them around. And there's some stairs that are going down to the chamber of your heart. And I'd like you to just stair step. Step 1, step 2, step 3, and step all the way down these stairs. And when you get down near the bottom of the stairs, stepping down, there'll be a doorway. You simply must open the door and step in. And inside is the peace and quiet of your heart. It may look a little watery or sunsetty, but what you'll notice is it feels like you've been meditating for a while after you step in that door. Now, I did it very, very quickly, and a few people probably got it. And you kind of feel a change in the way the world sounds. You find kind of a deeper peace and sort of a stillness, and that's it. That's what everybody is working towards to get.
So what does that, are we complete with the practice?
You got there. I can tell by the change in your voice. You got there.
I did. I go deep fast. I can share what I saw if you'd like.
Sure. Feel free.
And plus, anyone can put their comments about anything they felt, if they felt a shift, or if they have any questions for Sally, feel free to put it in the chat. So initially, I saw myself like on a hill with a tree, and the tree was almost like my guardian. And then I was looking off into like the town. Maybe that was like Earth or something. And then when you told me to go down the stairs, I actually went into the tree and I took the stairs were in the tree. And then I opened the door felt like I'd never been there before. It was unique and it felt like unlimited possibility and the quantum field. Is
You
that
nailed
it?
it.
Oh. I get the prize.
You
Okay.
nailed it. That's it.
Okay.
It's what I call the everything is beautiful space. Like
Mm,
I got caught in a epic I-24 traffic jam once in an area where there's no exits. And we sat in stop traffic in the middle of freaking nowhere for 3 hours. And I hopped myself in that space. And it was like people had to, it was like, huh, this is nice. Look at the bird. Huh. There was no, I was driving a car with a clutch at the time. So we'd inch and inch and then I have to put in the clutch.
I know. I clutch with traffic. I've been there. Okay. I've been there. Wow. I mean, I grew up in Alaska, so it's like we didn't have much traffic, but I have been in traffic with the clutch. So then did you shift everyone in the car to that space of like appreciation, seeing nature, not being
I was the
frustrated?
only one in
Oh, you
there.
were the only one. Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry, but I could if I want to. I used to teach live groups, and I could see who was in and who wasn't, and so I could reach and pull them down and put them there. And there's a million ways to get there. That one is very simple because it's an easy visualization. They're essentially when you move in that space, and it is the space of pure potential. You named it. It is the space of all that is. It's the space where you're connecting with pure spirit. And if I could be blasphemous, which I don't think I could be, it is the space where God lives in you. It's your connection with God of all that is.
Oh my God, that's so beautiful. Thank you, God, for this gift. I mean, what a
It's
gift
in all of us. And it
today.
says so in the Bible.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but it's just like you opening up that possibility and that door for us is just a beautiful present that we received today. Thank you so much. I wanted to read a comment from the chat and then maybe you want to say something. Darlene says, I felt a shift, felt my entire self wrapped in a warm, very cozy wrap blanket, very peaceful and comforting. Wow, I agree. I also had that sensation of peace and comfort. I had those emotions as well, Darlene. And I find it interesting. Now, Sally probably has a lot to say here that you felt a change in my voice. Oh my gosh, sorry. I find that amusing.
It's true. Here's what's interesting is this space of pure potential. And by the way, I teach people how to do it in the course there that you have on Humanity
Yeah,
Stream.
it's by the same name, Common Connected Client Attraction.
Yeah. So what that space is, it's you as spirit, not in relation to spirit. It's you as spirit. So which is why you felt so at peace. It's like, oh, there's no striving anymore. I may or may not have mentioned, no, I didn't mention in my bio that I've had 2 near-death experiences. So I'm very familiar with what it feels like not to be living. And there's this moment just after you die where everything is beautiful and it's all peaceful. And it's like, oh, thank God. Because it's this issue of striving about being human, well, actually mortal. It's not really just human, but being mortal that causes you to have this low level is like the air conditioning buzz in the background of striving. And so when you move to that space where it's you adjacent in spirit, all of it goes away because there is no issue anymore. You are fully connected with spirit. It's very close to what it feels like to not be in a body anymore.
Oh,
Not the same, but close.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Are you saying a near-death experience? Sometimes I feel like near-death experience is really like died and came back. I don't know. Seems like a
Oh
lot of
yeah,
people
it's
die and
the
come
it's the
back.
where you step out of your body and look at it and go, oh gosh, damn, not again. And then you move towards the light. Then that's kind of what happens. Then you either go to all the way to the light and to the room where you
Uh-huh.
see people, and a million people have talked about it. It's a very, very similar experience. And it has happened in my life 2 times to my memory.
Okay.
And the second one, I was a full-on adult woman playing with horses, and I came off and broke my neck in 3 places, and it tends to kill you.
Okay.
And
And then so
uh,
what happened in your near
I
death? Do you want to share?
I still, it's now been, this was 99, so it's been 27 years, not quite 27, but it's been a hot
Hmm.
minute. And I still do not quite grasp what happened. And it's not that what happened while I was dead, it's the what happened afterwards and how I came back. And the reaction of the doctors who were like, wait a minute, you're supposed to be dead. I'm seeing this. You're supposed to be dead. I don't know how you're living. And so it's that's like this, was that a miracle? Did that actually happen?
Yeah.
And it's very humbling, which is why I don't have any ego about what I do. And also, I believe why I have such a range of seeing things and explaining things in such a matter of fact way. Difficult spiritual concepts can be explained in a very quiet and uh, uh, matter of fact way. There's the word.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And it's beautiful too, because even though we were talking about projection and how that can affect someone, you with your destiny being so powerful to be this healer, and then you're not attached to that, it's like the doctor's projection, you're supposed to be dead, didn't work because you lived.
That was, I mean, it was kind of out of the scene, like that one from Death Becomes Her, where the doctor's going, I don't hear a heartbeat, kind of a thing. But this was he looks at my MRI. They took an MRI and he looks at it, and I heard him go, huh? This is the next day. I went home I drove myself
Oh,
home from the hospital.
you even drove yourself?
This is
Wow.
why I'm wondering, was it a miracle?
Yeah.
It was a real, I don't want to go there. It's too scary for me to, it's like when you move to the edge of space and you try to fathom space as a human, and you're like, no, no, that's too big. I got to go back.
I understand.
It was
I
too
do.
big.
I do think it's a miracle, and we're all blessed to have you here
Thank
alive
you.
teaching us. I want to go into your course on Stream Plus where you talk about energy. And I'll just have to say, I feel like this course, as you've heard from this first 30 minutes of this interview, it's so much more than client attraction. This is pure potential. This is transforming your life. And you're going to be talking about energy in module one. Let's go to that clip, please.
Let's get deeper into metaphysical energy. Energy in spirituality refers to a widespread belief in an interpersonal, non-physical force or essence. Some people call that energy God. This essence is what people refer to as energy. It's the energy of healing, of growth, experiences, spiritual development, transformation. It's amazing. This energy is what people mean when they say they have had a spiritual experience. I have experienced something amazing. They have experienced that energy. When they say they've had a spiritual experience, what they really mean is they have had the energy of all that is flowing through them. And it's very transformative and very moving. This is the energy that heals and instructs and helps and provides comfort and direction in your life. And this is the energy we're going to be learning to tap into. We're going to be working with all different kinds of energy, but I want you to learn how to connect your receivers, particularly to this energy. Now I want to talk about bioelectric energy. For our purposes, this is the kind of energy we're going to be working with to turn off, to not listen to. Okay? You can't stop it because bioelectric energy is everywhere. All we're going to do is learn how to manipulate our receivers so we turn down our notice of bioelectricity or the bioelectric energy that we're personally generating or the generation of bioelectric energy of the world around us. In some cultures, bioelectricity is known as ki or chi. It's life force energy. That's what I mean. Many cultures have a name for it. China, chi, meaning life force, of course, and in India, it's known as prana or shakti. And in Japan, it's ki. And in the Kalahari Desert, the Aboriginal Kung people call it num. It's very old and it's very well noticed, and everybody has a name for it. Bioelectric energy is simply the vibrational energy generated by all living things. You and me, the dog in the yard out there, and the tree. Yeah, they all have vibration. We're literally generators. And yeah, all living things generate energies. It's true. And if you can sense and feel energy, and if you're empathic, that means yes, it can get pretty noisy and overwhelming.
Do you have any comments to say about that?
I stand by it.
Okay.
I
And
approve this message.
oh, good, good. I mean, I'll just have to say, I feel like you look more amazing. Like you're glowing, you look younger. I don't know, from that video.
Is that strange that I do look younger?
Yeah, I would say like 10 years younger. I don't know. It's just something I notice. Maybe it's from the healing that you do.
I have been feeling younger and younger as I shed more, and I don't know how to explain this, but the work that I do causes me to live more and more and more in the present and less in the future and past. And be like, like the noise is gone in my head. And it does, it makes you, it reduces the inflammation in your body because there's no more worry.
Wow. I don't know if I can even imagine no worry. I feel like sometimes I'm there. I go in waves. I go in waves, but I feel like for some reason it's easier for me not to worry in 2026. I don't know why. Maybe I'm coming into trust and faith. But anyway,
I still have emotions. I get angry. I get
yes.
frustrated, but then I feel them and then let them go. It's done. I mean, I'm going to have a big visceral reaction to something, and then it's like, okay, done.
Mm, hmm.
I'm
Yeah.
still human. I mean, I don't know. Well, no, you got to have the emotions because the emotions are part of being human. If you stop having emotions, then you stop being human.
Yeah. And then you just like transmute into light and go into heaven. You don't really
Yeah,
die.
you become pure energy. The emotions are, well, literally, if you want to know what emotions are vibrational energy that your brain picks up on, that your body is giving off. Believe it or not, it's that way, not the other way around. And it's so you know how to react to the world around you. It's only
Oh,
when your brain gets stuck in replay, which it does,
hmm.
that things get stuck. And then look, we've gone full circle when I talked about plumbing.
Yeah.
That's how you get stuck. It's
Oh,
usually an emotion that ties that issue in place. And it's usually more than one, to be honest. We're not that simple. We're very complex. And
yeah.
so there's usually an emotion that's holding a thought form, which created a rule, which set you up for this issue.
Hmm.
And half the time, you can't even remember what it was that started it.
Yeah. So I love what you're saying and so interesting about emotions. And, for me, talking about my cancer again, my emotions were shame and guilt. And I felt like in moving through those emotions, forgiveness was helpful for me, forgiving myself and the other.
Yourself is the big one. Most people are really great at forgiving other people,
Yes.
but you got to let yourself off the hook.
And that can make you more present with the emotions and unhook them, maybe. I don't know.
Well, I mean, okay, Sally Shortcut strikes again. That's what my clients call me, a Sally Shortcut, because I'm always going to figure out a shortcut to get there.
Okay.
And so here's the thing, you don't have to sit with the moment. Yes, processing the emotion helps. Yes. But it also is in danger of overwhelming you and then you shoving it back down again. And here's an
Yes.
example of doing that. You're quietly doing the dishes. You have a memory. It triggers an emotion. You don't like it and you shove it back down. How many people have done that? So, what I offer instead is don't think about the moment. The moment doesn't matter. The moment is not really important. It's the emotion. So you
Mm.
have the emotion, but you don't want to process. I mean, yes, you can process the emotion, the pure emotion. And that generally takes no more than 90 seconds and it's gone. But you can also do the disruptive wave action where you send a completely opposite inverse emotion to that place in your body where you're literally feeling this pain.
Mm.
That's an interesting next step. So you can
That
either,
sounds hard.
it can be,
Takes
but it's also
practice.
not that hard when you really get practiced at it. It's
Oh,
a
okay.
super shortcut. It's a super shortcut. The first shortcut was I'm doing dishes. I remember a time. I'm very upset by this time. Stop thinking about the time. Identify and name the emotions you're feeling. Okay. I'm feeling anger, frustration, regret, shame.
Okay.
And then one by one, you feel, okay, it's literally Buddhist Tonglen. It is when you're pulling the emotions out of the moment and feeling that emotion so it no longer has power over you. See, the Buddhists were right. Do the Tonglen. It
I've never
works.
heard of that. Tongue one.
Pema Chodron writes on it very well.
Okay.
if anybody wants to look up. I think it's The Places That Scare You might be the book.
Wow. What a powerful title.
Yes.
Go swimming in the darkness. Okay.
Yeah. But she does it the Buddhist way, which is very hard, where you beat yourself up with the emotion until it no longer has power. It's
Oh,
like, you know how they used to do bombardment therapy to people, where they overwhelm you till your mind just collapses on it.
is
People
that
do it with
system?
horses too, when
Oh,
where
systematic
they throw things at
desensitization.
them.
It's
Yeah.
systematic desensitization. Okay.
Yeah. It's what I call overwhelm till collapse. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You
Okay.
don't have to do it that way. That's very, very, it could be traumatizing for a highly sensitive person and a highly sensitive horse.
Oh, yeah. That's so traumatizing. Okay. Can you give an example of this opposite emotion? So, what would be an opposite emotion of shame? Is it pride?
Acceptance.
Oh, shame is acceptance. Okay.
Because what shame does is it separates you. It's designed to crush you and separate you and judge yourself. That's what
Okay.
shame is designed to do. So when you really, really think about it, the shame says, I am not enough. I am not good. I am, and it's the shame that keeps us doing this self-flagellation stuff for years on end. So you flip it around and it's acceptance. I accept myself exactly who I am, or I'm giving acceptance to that space. That then shame no longer has power on you.
Okay. Thank you for sharing that example
Does it make
because
sense?
yeah, it does make sense. I mean, I didn't think of that intuitively, and so it's really powerful. I was in this mom's group and I have this stone that the energy is self-acceptance. So it's interesting that I brought it to the group because I felt like everyone needed it. And that's the opposite of shame. Is so beautiful.
It is. And people don't realize well, when you think what the outcome of shame is, the outcome of shame is to pull your power down, to
Okay.
reduce your life force energy,
I didn't
and
know that.
to
I didn't
to
know that.
create it. If people can see and track energy, you can see what happens when you shame something. It shrinks. And that's how you feel after you've been shamed. You shrink,
Hmm.
right? And so you want to do the inverse of that. That's all. Whatever the emotion makes you feel you are or become in that emotion, then you give the inverse of it.
I
Like
see.
the opposite of anger is peace.
Oh, that makes sense. But yet I still didn't understand that because what's coming to me as the opposite of all these emotions is love. But anger and peace, that really resonates. Mhm. Okay, well, if anyone has any questions, feel free to put it in the chat. And in the meantime, we'll keep going. I'd like to play another clip from Module 2, How to Quiet the Mind and Body.
How to quiet the body and the mind. In this module, we're going to begin to learn the tools to quiet your body and mind. I covered briefly why you need to quiet your body and mind. It's because this bioelectrical energy that is so noisy and crashing and banging and it's like a boom car gets in the way of being able to feel, notice, see, and hear the subtle energy, the metaphysical energy of all that is. It's literally being able to see the trees for the forest. That's why we're doing it. So the first way, and one of the easiest ways, and the most accessible ways to quiet the mind and the body is breath work. Remember, we are breath. Breath is life. And so by giving our body enough breath, it calms down, it relaxes. But also, I want to warn you, it brings up the old stored stuff. I'll just tell you that right now, so be prepared. Let's do some definitions. Breathwork is nothing new. It's been used in daily practice in many cultures for centuries. Breathwork is simply a term that refers to conscious, controlled breathing done specifically for a reason. And for our purposes, that reason is relaxation and meditation. But again, I mentioned it does have therapeutic properties as well. Why is breathwork important? Well, breathwork is a powerful way to access your body's innate intelligence to heal. Seriously, it activates it within your body. And it's helping you be consciously, right here, frontal lobe consciously, aware of your breath. Now, why do we want to be conscious of our breath? Because our breath is on autopilot, and it has been for our whole lives. And our emotions in our body, and our thoughts and our feelings, and the vibrations of our body, and the tension in our intercostal muscles, or in our shoulders, or in our neck, or in our belly, wherever, will cause us to breathe unconsciously, not fully. So we're going to bring our consciousness back to our breath to override the other information that's been installed in there, so we'll breathe fully. That's all we're doing. And it's a practice that's been it's just thousands and thousands of years old. And there's many variations, there's styles. Everybody has a name for their perfect form of breath work. But remember, all types of breath work offer a chance for personal transformation because they improve your mental, your emotional, your physical, and your spiritual well-being, because the whole point of our connection with all that is to increase our spiritual well-being. Honestly, that's the point. If you're doing it just for special guidance, you're missing out on the best part. The best part is truly connecting with spirit and feeling as if, well, not as if, knowing that you are part of a whole, knowing that you are a piece in the all that is. That's why we're connecting.
Wonderful. Another beautiful tool to use to connect to our spirit.
It's
So,
true.
would you share about the Council of Truth and the connection you have to them?
Oh, yeah. I can tell you the story of when they oh, sorry, I'm just laughing. When I asked them who they were, they said, well, I'm sorry, I'm getting flustered because there's so many different stories coming in all at once.
Hmm.
They essentially are a collective of ascended masters that are not dissimilar to the ones that other people channel. And they're really smart and they know a lot of stuff. I mean, I am not this wonderful spiritual guru, but I have been taught a great deal by them. Let's just put it that way. These ancient words that come out of my mouth that sound so, I'm basically translating what they're telling me to say.
Yeah.
And while I put in my own human experience, they often forget about this business of being human. So that's how I'm a translator. It's like I'm a radio for them. And when I asked them, oh gosh, this was 2012, I think it was, because I was trying to explain my relationship with them. And then what do I say to people when I'm talking about my guides? I asked them that. And they said that I'm a useful tool with very good intentions, but I don't always listen well. That's exactly what they said.
Okay.
So,
Sandwiching a compliment with a needs improvement.
yes, needs improvement. And I did learn to listen, and I'm still learning to listen, but I still argue with them all the time. Like, that's not true. Things like that.
Wow. That's deep. That's deep.
I think it's because I always have this independent streak. And I've always had this independent streak where I want to see for myself. I want to know. I want, like you can tell me what to do, but you better prove that you're right. That I was always that kid.
I understand. That's a scientist in you. But yeah. So let's talk about your course, Calm and Connected Client Attraction. What is it meant to help people achieve?
It's for entrepreneurs.
Okay.
There are a lot. My impulse to make it was there were a lot of people whose gifts were turning on and they really wanted to reach out and they really wanted to help people. And they were going to the bro marketers and learning how to market from them. And it just, no. And this was what I saw was leading people down if you're a spiritual person, that was not the way to be. If you want to help the world, you have to put yourself, you basically have to make yourself shiny and to call out on the spiritual level the people that are right to work with you. That's just a known. But it takes so many years to figure that out of mistakes. I was just saying, oh, let's shortcut that. There's the word again. Let's shortcut that so they can immediately step out of the way, get their ego out of the way, and actually do the work that they're put on this earth to do. And
Oh,
that's why I created it. And who it's meant to help is coaches, healers, teachers, people who have learned a lot in life and want to help people. And it's like you need to be so clear about where you fit in the ecosystem of yourself and the world. And that's what it's for.
oh, that's beautiful. So, what does success look like for someone who completes the course?
That's a really interesting question. And I'm going to say you can complete the course and not receive anything. It's possible. Or you can just work it halfway through and get exactly what you need. It's all in how you're receiving and connecting the information. Like somebody can read the entire Bible and it just sounds like a bunch of stories and genealogy to them. They don't understand, you know, it's all in the person. So what success, the intention of the success is that you learn to trust your innateness over the noise of the outside. That you can learn to trust your sovereign ability to know, because every human has that gift.
Mm. Would you share one client success story, like an entrepreneur that maybe went through your course and told you what happened for them?
I have this is perfect.
I
It's
love it.
the
You're giggling.
assistant. It's the assistant who was helping me create the course. I had an assistant who was helping me create the course, who wanted to put a band together. She's very creative, super creative. And we're in Nashville. Of course she was a musician,
Of
right?
course.
Of course.
Yeah.
And at the beginning of the course, she was super lost. And she went through all the stuff, and she edited those stuff. And you know what I mean? She was heavily involved in the creation of the course. So she was
Amazing.
unconsciously taking the course and listening to the meditations and doing the work and going along with me step by step. And then, gosh damn it, she quit like 2 months later because her band was successful. She was a great assistant too.
The dangers of having your assistant edit this transformative course. I understand. I love that story. Well,
But yeah, her band is super successful. They're on Facebook. They're doing gigs. They're doing the scene. They're getting albums. They just did a movie. There you go.
mm, well, there you go. That's a great testimonial and client success story. Well, what role does detachment have in manifesting
Everything.
everything?
The best way to explain it is, how the frick do you know what's right for you?
Sorry.
Seriously, it's true. It's true. I laugh. I get tears in my eyes. I'm sorry. Anyway, yeah. How do you know? I mean, we are not omniscient.
Mm,
If we say we're omniscient, then we're lying. I mean, I have this huge view, and I still know I don't know anything. And so when I am setting out an intention, my favorite one was my husband. My husband of 30, almost 38 years.
Oh,
I set into the world. My intention was, not 6 feet tall, this weight, this job, I didn't do any of that. I said, I want a man who loves me as much as my dog.
oh, that's a tall order.
It is.
But you got it
I got it.
in 38 years.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Well, I would love to play another clip from your course, Unfocus Your Mind, that is about attachment. Can we play that next clip?
Essentially, what we mean by being detached is letting go of the need to control the world around you and being very, very attached to the outcome of your wishes. That's being not detached. So, what I'm talking about is not being emotionally aloof or even being disconnected from your feelings. That's not what I'm asking you to do. I am asking you simply to engage with life at the very childlike level. The, wow, I'm not sure what's going to happen next, but it really seems exciting. And only being in the moment. That's what I mean by detachment. Because when you're very undetached, that means you need to control everything around you. I know you know people like that. It's like they're all up in your stuff because they really care about what you're doing. But guess what? That's just wearing you out and them out. So what I want you to focus on is being separated from the need to control. It gives you absolute freedom to live your life if you're in that state. Now, I'm not going to say that state's easy to get to. It's not. It's very difficult, but it's okay. Let me see. When you experience detachment, this is how you know you're to experience it. You're taking life as it comes. It's not that you're not involved in life. It gives you the freedom to be deeply involved in life. You're just okay with whatever happens next. And that's terrifying, isn't it? What do you mean, okay with what happens next? Think about that. That's exhaustingly terrifying. But it's not. If you do one thing, if you set your intention that absolutely everything that comes to you is for you, even the darkness is for you, because it instructs. So I get up every day trusting that whatever happens next is perfect. I know it's a weird thing, but it's true. I get up every single day going, whatever happens next is perfect. I know it's perfect, and I trust that it'll be perfect. And it's difficult.
Wonderful. That was another important tool. Any final thoughts as we close up this interview today?
Yes. There's a pitfall you have to notice that you may apply to yourself if you are taking this journey. And it's the words should and have to. Whenever you find yourself thinking should and have to, that means you're not moving in the direction of your spirit. You're moving in the direction of your mind and your fear.
Okay.
If you say the word want to and will, now that's different. But, like if you feel like you should or have to, then you're forcing yourself. But if you say, I want to, then okay, let's get it done. I'm, or as we say in the South, I'm fixing to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fixing to. I'm going to get it done. And so that's the main difference. It's that pitfall of should and have to. I feel like
Well,
I've done this whole spiritual course in like a nutshell here.
yes, I know. It's been amazing. Thank you so much, Sally. And thank you, everyone, for joining us for Calm and Connected Client Attraction. Join Stream Plus now and gain immediate access to this inspiring program by the same name. If you're not a member of Humanity Stream Plus, I would highly encourage you to join to get her course. And we're proud to say that Stream Plus is the largest global streaming platform for consciousness raising masterclasses and transformational education. I wanted to thank Steve Farrell, Dee Meyer, and the production team, Jim Gray, Eva Lee, Nanette Kennedy, and the rest of Humanity's team. It's been such a pleasure connecting with you, Sally, actually quite moving for me. So thank you for being here with us today.
I really appreciate your having me and for accepting this course. My intention was for it to be more than just how to find your clients. And Darlene has asked, are the classes pre-recorded? Yes, it's all on recording and you can watch them when you are ready.
Yes. Thank you, everyone. Have a blessed day.